Yo, 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 what's up? This is your boy Adolphus Savage, kicking it with the crew. This is the committee podcast presents No Siren, so we're kicking it with Siren. And of course, we are always, and yes, she did just say hello. We're always kicking the top sports news that's going on today in today's culture. So I'm gonna let you guys introduce yourself, ladies first.
Yep.
I'm Siren. People know me on Twitter as No Siren. And I'm the girl with the red hair that know everything about football.
All right, now, and sir.
What's going on? It's your boy Breezy 904. Shout out the Vol Nation, the Titans Nation. Hashtag fire Butch Jones. We finally did it, but now we gotta try and find a coach. I'm hoping we get a good coach. John
All
Gruden.
right. So speaking of good coaches and people getting fired, and of course we know that the quarterback is such an intricate part of football and can make or break your coaching staff. So what we wanted to do for you guys this week is do a little QB roulette. So if you guys are unfamiliar with Russian roulette, you stick some bullets in a gun. Actually, you take all the bullets out, one bullet in, shoot yourself in the head, you're dead. You survive, you survive. So we're going to call this is cuff or snuff. Starting out with the Browns' very own Deshaun Kaiser. I'm gonna start with yourself, Miss Siren. What are your thoughts on Kaiser?
I'll say it's hard. I'll say cuff because the Browns are doing better than what they usually playing. So I'll keep them unless they get like a hot draft pick and they're able to get a better quarterback.
Okay, so you cuffing, Mr. Brand? I'm sorry, Mr. Breezy.
I'm gonna have to go with Snuff. I'm not really sold on the kid. What really got under my skin was what last week when it's playing against the Colts and he called his own play and
that was the Lions. The Lions.
Oh, the Lions. I'm sorry, the Lions.
Yeah.
And but Hugh Jackson took the brunt of it. It was blaming him for it, but in all actuality, he called his own play. I think it was a quarterback sneak. I don't know from what I've seen from him. I mean, it seems like he has heart, but
I see better leadership skills.
But it looks like they're gonna have the number one pick, and this seems like it's gonna be a good draft for quarterbacks. So I'll draft another quarterback. That's just
me. Me, I'm gonna keep him because he's black. I'm keeping it above. I think he does have arm talent, and I think he can improve. The thing is the next coaching regime going to be willing to put up with some of the stuff he did. I do agree with you. Calling that quarterback sneak with 15 seconds on your own, I mean, it takes a lot of bravado to do that, but it didn't work out. I'm not a fan of that, so I'm still going to cuff him though, just because he's black. So the second quarterback today is going to be Mr. Hot Stuff himself, former number one overall pick from the 2016 draft. We're going to go with Mr. Goff, and we'll start this time with Breezy. What are your thoughts on Goff?
With Goff, at first I was just like, it's a fluke. It's a fluke. He's not that good. Coming out of Cal, that air raid offense or whatnot. But the more and more I look at him, and like especially last week, I think I cuff him. I mean, looking at his numbers, he has over 2,300 yards passing, 16 touchdowns and 4 picks, averaging 265 yards a game. That's pretty good for a rookie. Not a rookie. I'm sorry, second-year player. And then just the whole turnaround with the Rams offense. It's crazy just how good they are just in 1 year. It's like night and day from what they were last year. And another thing, too, is Tavon Austin isn't the number one receiver, and you got Robert Woods looking like a number one wide receiver. And I think that's in part because of Goff. I think it's because of Goff that the offense is a whole lot better.
So you are cuffing. So we will go ahead and slide it on to No Siren. What is your thoughts on Goff?
My thoughts on we should cuff him because he's showing the reason why he was the number one draft pick. I'm not gonna say he overwent, but we got one. But he's showing the reason why he number one draft pick. The Rams are doing better, way better. I believe they will win the division. So cuff him.
All right, so cuff. Me as of right now, I'm going to go with cuff as well, and I'm going to just piggyback off of No Siren. The guy's having a good year so far. Looks like he has a bright future for the Rams, so I will be cuffing. No homo. Next quarterback is going to be former Heisman Trophy winner Marcus Mariota. And I'll start out with the misses on this one. What are your thoughts? Cuff or stuff Marcus Mariota?
Titans. I'm gonna go with because in the division they got the Jaguars. Let me see.
Snuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna stuff them.
They're gonna snuff a former Heisman Trophy winning number 2 overall.
That don't mean nothing.
Well, let me get before we hop on to Mr. Breezy because I know he has a mouthful. What are your reasons? I mean, because of the Jaguars? I mean, why and the Texans?
By how they play in the division. So I feel as though they're not gonna make the playoffs. That's nothing.
All right. Well, Mr. Breezy, Marcus Mariota is on your team. Are you cuffing or are you snuffing?
You know the answer. I'm gonna snuff him.
Come on, man.
I'm gonna snuff him, dude.
Go ahead,
bro. Okay, this dude got like barely over 1,700 yards passing, 7 touchdowns. Okay, and that's another knock on him. I mean, I could go down the list of knocks on him. He's been injured every year, but a little over 1,700 yards, 7 touchdowns and 6 picks. Third-year quarterback. My thing is like looking forward. Like I don't see him taking us over the hump. I mean, yes, we're winning, but I don't see him leading us to no Super Bowl. I don't. It's like it's a basic offense. He doesn't have to do much, but even with him not having to do much, he still messes up from time to time. I mean, he doesn't turn the ball over a lot, but the offense, like he doesn't get the offense going. If the running game ain't going, then he ain't going nowhere. It's like he can't get the offense going. And I don't see a quarterback that can't generate stuff off his own getting us over that hump. We're in the sorry division. I mean, and that's another thing too. I mean, barring the injuries, honestly, I think the Texans, either y'all or the Texans will win. The Jags or the Texans will win. But I mean, we just getting by right now. But that's just some of my thoughts. You know, it goes deep with me and him. But
all right, yeah, obviously you're a Benedict Arnold, but it's all cool for me. We gotta cuff the guy, man. He can run, he can make plays, he can win games. He seems like the quarterback of the future, man. So I'm going ahead and I'm going to cuff him. The next guy that we'll roll through is going to be Mitchell Trubisky. And we will start with you, L. Breezy. What are your thoughts on, are you cuffing or snuffing?
I think, I mean, I know he didn't start off starting the year. I don't too much like his stats. I know he won a game. I forget this. It was some crazy stats. I think he threw the ball like 8 times and they still won the game. I think.
So are you cuffing or snuffing?
Oh, it's a short sample, but I'll snuff him.
All right, and so we'll kick it over to, of course, no Siren. Cuff or snuff Mitchell Trubisky?
I'll cuff him. Because.
What?
Yeah, I'll cuff him.
I gotta hear this.
Because.
Man, what is your reason behind cuffing him?
I look at progress. And the only reason why the Browns was losing last year because of leadership, the quarterback is the game leader. And if they're doing better, then that means he's doing something right. You got to give these quarterbacks time. Maybe get a little loose, get comfortable with the new scenery.
Okay, well, definitely. For me, as of right now, I kind of feel like it's a little too early to tell for him, but I'll go ahead and cuff him, just for the future. You never know. So moving forward with that,
and then
we're gonna go.
You're only as good as the person next to you, so.
Yeah, but you know what? This next guy that I'm gonna bring up, he looks like the real deal. He's a brother. It's a national championship, 2-time Heisman semifinalist. I made it all the way to number 2 on the votes. Had an awesome year this year so far. Didn't he have like 2 games with 5 touchdowns? Cuff or snuff Deshaun Watson, and I'm kicking it to no Siren.
We're going to cuff Deshaun Watson because he got it.
He does.
He got it.
I'm going to interrupt Bill Breezy real quick, and I'm going to say I'm not just cuffing him. I'm double cuffing Watson.
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts?
I say we waiting for his breakout season. Only thing, his setback was when he got injured. And I was disappointed that he got injured because I was looking forward to seeing what he was going to do for the season.
As a Jaguar fan, I was very happy he got injured because I was not looking forward to playing him this time around. But I mean, as a fan of the game, Watson looks good, and the Texans could be scary. El Breezy, cut for snuff, Deshaun Watson.
I'm a cuff. And at first, like, how I felt about him in college. I didn't think he was that good. I mean, he was a good college quarterback, but coming into the pros, I didn't think he was going to cut it. I didn't. But after seeing the whipping he put on us and him every week making plays, not just with his legs, not Willie beaming it out only, he's actually making plays with his arms too. I cuff him. I think he's a real deal. Me as a Titans fan, I'm a little nervous.
Okay, so we got all three cuffs on that one. The next guy that we have coming up to bat is the full-on attack of Dak, a division rival, and we'll kick it back to no Siren. You cuffing or you snuffing Dak Prescott?
I'm gonna snuff Dakota because
what? Why you gotta call that man's government name?
He's Dak.
I'm gonna snuff Dakota because I ain't got no reason. I just don't like him.
He's a black man,
keeping it. I
don't like him, so I'm gonna snuff him.
Dang.
El Breezy, your thoughts, Dak Prescott?
I'm gonna cuff him. He was still in the fourth round. I cuff him, man. I mean, granted, the Cowboys do have awesome offensive line. They got Zeke, but the man can play. The young man can play. I cuff him. I'm cuffing him.
Wow. So you're cuffing him. I got it. You know what? This is my thing. I look at Dak and I see so much of Russell Wilson, Marcus Mariota. Like, he just seems really safe. Y'all said that y'all would snuff Mariota, but you're going to keep Dakota. I'm going to go ahead.
Because I don't like him.
I mean, I understand, it's a division rival.
But also, too,
your fan base is.
When was Dak ever hurt, though?
If I start speaking about Dak, I'm going to start saying like a hypocrite while I was snuffing. So.
For me, I'm going to snuff him for the same reason y'all snuffed Mariota. He doesn't really use his weapons to the best of his ability. He sits behind probably one of the top 5 greatest offensive lines of all time. He's got a top 10 talent of all time in Zeke Elliott that he can go to.
The best offensive line?
Yeah, they have one of the best offensive lines of all time. They're top 5, top 10.
Yeah, they up there with us.
And he, I'm talking all time, not 1 year, 2-year wonders like the Titans. But anyway, I think that he has the perfect setup to be a good quarterback. And he can grow into that. But if he was on a team like the Browns, he'd be trash. Snuff him.
If you was to put him on another team and you'll give somebody like, okay, you give Wentz that team and that ability, he would be way better because he's doing so much for way less. You feel me?
I kind of feel you. I think you're making. We'll get to that Wentz guy in just a second.
Yeah, that Wentz guy.
Yeah.
But this is another guy. He's got win in his name. He's a winner. National championship winning, #1 overall pick, Jameis Winston. El Breezy, you cuffing or snuffing?
You say the right thing.
I'm cuffing him. That dude, I mean, he takes so much flack.
He throws a lot of picks, but go ahead.
He takes so much flack. Why
are you being shady?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You root for Mariota, but you ain't going to root for Winston. But dude doesn't have an offensive line, doesn't have a defense. He does have weapons on offense, but that offense asks so much of him, so much. He has to do so much in that offense compared to, like, you look at Mariota, top 5 offensive line, top 5 rushing attack. Mariota really don't have to do much. Winston is another story. But, I mean, before he got hurt, he looked like he was on pace to have a good year. He toned down the picks compared to touchdowns. He had 10 touchdowns, 6 picks, averaging, 240 a game. That's not bad. And right now he's sitting at, like, almost 2,000 yards passing. But I cuff him. I think the kid has talent. It's just the team that he's on. I think also Dirk Cotter. I don't think he's the right coach for that team.
Okay, but he was the right coach when they fired Lovie Smith.
But with that, they did Lovie wrong. They shouldn't have fired Lovie that quick. I feel as though they shouldn't.
Siren, what are your thoughts on famous Jameis? Cuffing or snuffing?
Jameis Winston?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to snuff him.
Woo! Why you snuffing him?
Wait, why?
Because I don't see him playing to his full potential, honestly. Like he said it himself, he got to do his job better, and I feel as though you're not going to do your job better soon. You need a new quarterback.
But
they're losing games.
His offensive sucks.
You're making a lot of excuses for a guy that ain't on your team. Like I said, on my end, and that was in reference to
Black quarterback
El Breezy. I gotta snuff the guy, honestly, and my reasons are: first and foremost, he went to FSU and he stole crab legs. And he yelled out obscenities in a public library.
What kid?
If we're talking,
what kid hasn't? Okay,
I haven't. Clearly, I haven't in the last few years. But not saying I never won't again. But just from strictly on the field, when I look at the guy, I see a lot of turnovers. I see a lot of talent, but I don't see the talent manifesting when I look at him. I mean, to me, and this is just going to be my opinion, I see Donovan McNabb. I don't think McNabb was a terrible quarterback. I love McNabb. Yeah. But he didn't have what it takes to get over the hump. I see the same characteristics in Jameis Winston. He'll be a decent quarterback for a while, and you'll say, wow, eventually he'll get it. A lot of picks, not going to reach his opinion. So that is my thing with Mr. Winston, famous Jameis. And speaking of the Eagles and Donovan McNabb, the last guy that we're going to do it is also going to be my pick for the 2017-2018 MVP, Carson Wentz. We're not going to start with no Siren because we know you're with Eagles Nation. El Breezy, you're cuffing or snuffing? Carson Wentz, MVP.
I'm cuffing him. I'll second you on that MVP nomination. Yeah, I'm cuffing him. I like what I've seen from him so far in his young career. I mean, I wish we could have gotten him myself, but I think he's a real deal. Week in and week out, dude's doing his thing. I'm cuffing him.
Okay.
You already know what I'm going to do. He put up 199 yards passing against the best defense, 4 touchdowns. He good in the pocket, get out of pocket, good under pressure. Cuff him.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and state my piece. First correction, the best defense is the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Duval.
Hey. Carson Wentz. I remember having conversations about this guy 3 years ago with yourself, El Breezy, and the Ghost Lamont. Shout out to the Ghost Lamont. And we used to talk about how this guy can make every throw. And he was just nasty. And it's come into life. Like, he is really hitting his stride. And to me, when you look at that next generation of great quarterbacks, Carson Wentz is leading the way. So I'm cuffing him. Yeah. Double. You know, I ain't even double. I'm triple cuffing him.
Hey, shout out to the small schools. People were doubting him because he's coming out of North Dakota State. But, hey, like you said, we talked about it. That dude can make any throw from the pocket. Any throw
he wants. He has an arm on him for real. So since we're staying on subject with the Eagles are rolling right now. They still only have one loss, right? No, Siren?
Yep, 1 loss against Kansas City, but that was when they was undefeated. No, they're not undefeated. And it was a close game.
My question to you guys is Philly the real deal?
Yes.
Or are they going to be a one and done?
We're the real deal. We got everything we need. We got a good defense. We got a good quarterback. We got a good – last year, what we was lacking the strength of receivers. We were lacking the strength of quarterbacks. And we got Jalen Mills. He could pick He could run the ball. He could do everything. So why would we not be the real deal?
I mean, this is my thing. In the last few years, there's been a lot of teams that come out of the NFC that are here today, gone tomorrow. The Seahawks seem to be floundering. I mean, they're doing okay.
Yeah.
You have the Panthers fell off last year.
Atlanta.
Oh, go ahead.
Last time the Eagles went 8-1, they went to the Super Bowl.
They can go to the Super Bowl, lose, and be out of the playoffs next year, is my point. We've seen Atlanta. Atlanta looked like the number one offense of all time last year, and they are straight trash this year.
Yeah.
The Panthers were 15-1.
Hashtag Kyle Shanahan.
I'm not going to say they trash.
Yes.
A little bit of
they're a bad team, in my opinion.
Yeah. What they were last year to what they are this year, they're pretty,
And like I said, the same Panthers team 2 years ago, 15-1, they were world beaters, got beat by a great Broncos defense, missed the playoffs the next year. So for me with Philly, it's still too early. I mean, I'm going to have to pay close attention to the tape to really looking at their defense. I like the trade for Jay Ajayi. To me, that was a great move. If I said it wrong, I apologize. He has an African name. I'm a nigga. It is what it is. But that was a great pickup. He's a great running back. He's a physical guy. I like that pickup for them. Him and Blunt together could be unstoppable, and it's going to really take a lot off of Wentz.
Good question.
So they look good on paper, but like I said, before I can say they're the real deal, I have to see them do it 2 years in a row. Dallas is still a scary team once they get their stuff together. But El Breezy, I just want your take real quick. Is Philly the real deal?
I'm gonna say they are the real deal. I mean,
this nigga.
I'm gonna say they look like the real deal. I mean, they coming out here, they putting in work on offense. The only thing I will say about their defense, but Ronald Darby, he's been hurt for a minute now since he's been traded. But I would say like the only spot to look at is a defense, but I think they the real deal, man. They gonna win a division hands down. I think they can really run the tables when they make it to the playoffs. I mean, one and done. I'm not gonna say one and done because they improved like from last year to this year. They improved, and I think for them the sky's the ceiling.
I haven't.
And they could build upon what they have right now. I mean, they could add more pieces to that defense. I mean, the only team that they gotta worry about to me in the NFC is within their division, the Cowboys. Because I mean, the Cowboys they struggling right now, the offensive line and whatnot. They ain't gonna have Zeke for 6 games.
I feel like the only reason why the Cowboys was a threat because of Zeke. And Dez Bryant to me just slightly washed up. Just slightly.
Oh no, not slightly. He is washed up.
I mean,
y'all or something.
I'm gonna say Dez Bryant is washed up.
Last year we beat them without Dez Bryant and Zeke, so why can't we do it now?
Yeah, y'all can. Like I said, I mean, it can easily happen. The Cowboys got enough weapons to beat the Eagles. I'm just talking about long term. Like I've seen some Eagles fans that even 4 games ago were like, "We're the new dynasty. We're the next big thing." And I mean that's cool. You know, I understand being a fan is being a fanatic, but let me see you do it 2 years in a row, and then we can crown y'all kings.
Bro, the Titan fans do the same thing.
I mean, every fan does it, but I just really wanted to get that take on things because, like I said, I need to see more than 1 year and win the Super Bowl, and then we'll see. I have a feeling we're going to touch on this a few additional times before we, know.
I think the biggest thing here is you don't want to be the Atlanta Falcons. You don't want to be the Falcons. You don't want to make it to the Super Bowl. You don't want to blow that big lead that they blew to the Patriots.
Okay, but this isn't we have a friend, shout out to South Breeze 706. So we definitely don't want this Negro.
Because I like Julio Jones.
I do too.
Even though he dropped the wide open pass.
Oh, come on now.
I don't know who that was, but that wasn't Julio. That was somebody else in a different.
It probably was. Speaking of somebody else in a different body and different things like that, we're gonna kind of cool it on the sports for just a second. We're gonna talk about some relationship stuff. I kind of want to get some opinions on some things. So I'm gonna start out with yourself, no Siren, or Siren as you're known, Siren with the red hair, little shouty red.
Siren the sports anchor.
Siren the sports anchor, the future of sports. What is your type? You know, I know that you're a busy woman, got a lot going on, but do you have a type or do you believe in types? If so, what is your type when it comes to dating?
You know, I don't like saying type. I like saying preferences.
Okay, so, what are your preferences?
Realistically, my preferences is I like somebody who could support me, of course. I like somebody who's loving. I like somebody who's not stingy. I like somebody who's taller than
me. How tall are you, if you don't mind?
I'm 5'5". So if
okay, that's not that hard. Yeah, you're right.
No. Niggas be like, I'm 5'7", you go see them, they like 5'4". You like, what the hell the rest of the inches though?
I mean, they gotta get their foot in the door. They gotta get their foot in the door. Me being a short nigga, you gotta get your foot in the door.
And
I really
don't have a type. I don't care about looks. I don't care about nothing. It's all about personality. I like somebody who's funny too. If you can make me laugh, you sold me.
El Breezy, I know you've been around the block for a little minute. And actually, I've known you for a long time, so I kind of know some of the things. But what is your type?
I got questions for y'all, too.
Oh, okay, definitely. You can flip it on us if you would like.
I mean, like my type or whatnot has changed over the years for me being around the block. And I think that comes with, like, from you being younger, you start now, like, oh, I like this, I like that. But it changes because from you experiencing so much, being with different people. And, like, I would say, like, honestly, me being younger, it was just all about looks. And then it's like the older I got, so, like, I mean, looks, being physically attracted to somebody is important. But, like, that's not, like, the end-all, be-all. But it goes, for me, it goes a little bit deeper. Like, you got to have goals. Independent. I mean, not this. I mean, because, like, in a relationship, like, with me, I mean, it's going to be 50-50. But I just want you to be able to carry your weight. And I want you to have goals.
You got to be 100.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you gotta have goals because, like, in a relationship, like, if I'm trying to build myself up, trying to do better, do more than what I did. I mean, do more than what you can. I mean, set the bar high. But if you like just settling, like, I can't settle. I can't settle.
You fancy, huh?
I'm just saying, man. But yeah, just, I mean, like, I looking back at it, like, my type and what I like has changed just from my experiences.
Well, I'll give my type, and then we'll go to Siren and your question for us fellas. For me, my type has evolved over the years. When I first started out, I really liked short, light to brown skin girls, like really thin. Like, I just really, no, I'm like serious. I used to really like that. And over time, like, it has evolved so much. Like, now I do really like dark skinned girls, but I like all complexions.
That's another thing. I don't see myself being with somebody that's not dark skinned.
No.
See, with me, I mean, they're going to be black regardless, but I try not to limit myself outside of the black culture to anything. The only thing that I don't really like really tall girls. Like, it kind of makes me a little uncomfortable when they're really tall. Like, I know this one girl went to school with Keisha. She's like 6'4", and I'm 6 feet. And she towers over people. And it's just like, I just never liked it just from that point of view. I used to didn't like girls with a lot of weight on them. Now I just really don't care. I like the softness. I do like exotic looking women. So, like, my last.
What the hell is exotic looking?
Like, I kind of like the I like the wild hair colors a little bit. Like,
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
yeah, I like the like my last or current girl. I don't know what we're doing, but she has red hair, and I like that about her. She had the like she was really well kept up from a hygiene perspective. Kept the waxing, eyebrows, nails, eyelashes, all that done. Even switched up to the mink eyelashes and threading. And it's like I'm really into that. I really like a girl that's high fashion in a sense to where I like them to be able to wear Jordans if we're chilling, but you got to be able to switch to heels. I like goals. I like women that are goal oriented and that are ambitious.
Yeah.
Whereas before I really didn't care about that. I just did whatever. But
yeah, I totally agree with everything you said. Like that's I find that attractive to a woman that likes to keep herself up. And like when you go out, like she likes to like go out and like dress up. Like if y'all going somewhere nice, she's down to, to put on the heels, the makeup, and all that. I like that as well.
so you do like makeup,
huh? Yeah. Oh yeah.
Cause see now some brothers don't like that.
I mean, it depends. It depends on how much. I mean, cause like with my girl, like, she don't really have to put on like a whole lot of makeup. I mean, she put on like lipstick and stuff like that. And, like she probably put on some eyeshadow stuff like that. But like, I guess like some brothers don't like it to like the fact like the girl like their whole face. Like I know, I get like sometimes like with the eyes and stuff like that. Like they put like the extra stuff on. Some dudes don't like that. I mean, they don't like it. They don't like it. But I mean, some makeup I don't mind. I don't.
All right, so no sign. What's your you had some questions for us?
Do y'all have to be physically attracted to somebody to see their personality? Like, would you give somebody that you're not physically attracted to a chance?
I'll start out with El Breezy.
Hey man, thanks.
Don't lie either.
No, I'll be straight up. For me, I have to have a physical attraction to you.
Why?
I have to, because I mean I have to be attracted to you physically. I mean that's
what's attracted to you?
I'm sorry.
Physically, what's attracted to you?
Body, looks. I mean, when it comes
to kind of body, skinny, thick.
I mean, I like slim, thick. In between that, I want everything. but I have to physically be attracted to you, because when it comes for that time, like I have to be attracted to you. I mean, not saying like I'm just gonna look at a girl and like, oh, I'm just attracted to you, and she doesn't have any goals, ambitions, and she's dumb. Like no, like you have to have those qualities as well. But I have to be physically attracted to you. I have to be, because I feel as though if you're not physically attracted to that person, and you're just with that person for whatever other reason, then you're gonna probably end up stepping out if you're not physically attracted to that person.
Okay, so what if she got a cute face but she bigger?
I'm not too much into big girls. I mean, girls with weight. I'm sorry, that's just me. I'm not really into big girls. But if you got some weight on you, I don't know.
Okay, so what if she got a nice body but she got a cute face? I mean, what if she got a nice body but an ugly face?
Butterhead.
I mean,
don't lie.
It would just depend on how bad her face is.
So, but you wouldn't think that. But if she got a nice body, she don't got.
I mean, if she ain't got the best looking face, but she got a nice body, she got goals, ambitions, other things I'm looking for in a woman, then I would give her a chance. But it's like if she's
so you're more for the body.
Say again?
You're more for the body. Yes.
Woof woof. Go on ahead now, bark dog.
I mean for the body. I mean
get him off the hot seat. You.
Me?
Yeah, you.
Oh man, my palette for taste is wide. Like you can have a pretty face is a nice seller, and it's like with the body, I kind of feel like if you had everything else going, if I really liked you, I can adjust to the body. I do like,
but she can be fat.
Not fat, but have some weight on her.
See, that was like
you can top 200 and still,
Yeah.
you know.
You carry it well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no.
you could definitely be like that. I'm not, I don't really try to body shame people or anything like that, but I kind of feel like I think like for marriage, like for the most part, I mean, we're talking about marriage, it's like a business arrangement for me. So sometimes I kind of feel like I'm the type of guy that if I'm in a relationship, I can control those outside urges because I mean, some of that stuff, like honestly, without getting too overly sexual,
It's
it's
outside urges. Explain that.
like outside urges, like, how you'll have a guy that may not be with a girl that's up to par in some areas and they'll go out and cheat. Like for me, I'm not going to go out and cheat because I'm getting the same thing from you that I would get from other girls. So it's not really worth it. As far as like preferences go, I mean, like I do kind of like a little extra cushion. Like I like that. I don't know why or when it happened, but it was like I ran into one and it's like I just can't get enough. Like, so I've actually, like, I don't date super skinny chicks no more or super small girls either, like height wise. But yeah, so I've adjusted over time. Any other questions for me?
Let me think. I had it and I lost it.
Hold on, it sounds like it's coming in and out a little bit.
What about girls who post their bodies on social media like that? They real cute, they got a nice body, but they post their body on social media all the time. That's somebody you will cuff. Hello?
Yo,
I can't hear anything.
you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, hold on. I think he came back. He back. I think it got disconnected. Let me text him.
All right, I'm back.
You back?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to mark that time and I'll get him to edit it out.
Yeah.
But let me see. Okay, so what we'll do from here, we're gonna roll over into the DAC thing and then not DAC, I'm sorry, Zeke thing, and then we'll roll out. Just gotta remember where this time is 8:52.
All right.
And then get him to edit it out. So 8:52. All right, so back to business with everybody here. So the next little bit that we wanted to talk about, we were speaking about, of course, relationships, girls. Had a situation with Zeke, of course, a while ago. He was in a previous relationship. Fast forward, now he's receiving a 6-game suspension. Siren, what is your thoughts on? Well, I kind of know what your thoughts might be, but what are your thoughts on this suspension for Zeke? Like, do you think he should have just took it in the first place, or?
Yeah, I said it from the beginning. He should have set it out because now they need him more than they need him during the first 6 games. But I'm not gonna believe me when I say this, but I say free Zeke, but F the Cowboys. Only because I was following the story a little bit, well, a lot of it, and I don't believe her. There's rumors of saying that she put the bruises on herself. They seen her in a bikini around the time she allegedly got beaten by Zeke, and there's no bruises. There's messages between her and her friends saying she was gonna blackmail him selling a sex tape to get her and her friends boob jobs. When she was talking to the DA, she was doing a runaround. She wasn't giving clear answers, and it just seemed like she was lying to me. And the only reason why he's not playing right now is because, let's face it, she's a white woman, he's a black guy. And he said that they will never believe him because she's white and he's black. So, easy. But
Hey, that sounds like the interracial version of a thin line between love and hate. Shout out to Martin Lawrence if y'all ain't seen that movie. For me, I'm going to give my opinion. I think the Cowboys should have self-imposed him a 2-game suspension while this was going on. I would have just picked a stretch of 2 games where it was like teams you knew you could have beat anyway. And then I would have presented it to the NFL like, hey, we've already punished him before you handed out, while y'all were still deliberating on this other judgment, and have mercy on us. Maybe just give us 2 more games instead of 6, because it still looks kind of weird. Josh Brown beat the mess out of his wife and got a game, right? Initially.
Yeah.
Ray Rice on tape knocked his girlfriend out.
But it's
blackball.
They didn't come clear. She came out and she want all this done to him. She want this done to him. She want this to him. Ray Rice, his wife didn't really file charges against him.
No, she didn't. But that tape is what hurt them.
Yeah.
But they had the tape anyway. They didn't redo everything until the tape surfaced and media backlash. So I kind of feel like on Zeke ends, I do think that Zeke is innocent. I mean, I can't call it, especially with the nature of sexual assault and everything else that's going on nowadays anyway. Yeah. But like for me, I would have took my 6 games, or like I said, if I was the Cowboys, I would have gave them 2. That way, at this point, you only got to serve 4 more. 6 additional games is probably going to be the nail in the coffin for the Cowboys season. I mean, it kind of is trash, but El Breezy, your thoughts?
I'm going to piggyback off of what you were saying. If I was the Cowboys, I would have punished them myself. Went to the NFL, like, look, we punished them. Try to see if you could give them, like, 2 more games. I mean, because it's like, you look at it, he wasn't going to beat that. I didn't think he was going to beat it. I think they should have just took it on the chin in the beginning. And then, I mean, so you can have him now, because now they really do need him. When that's coming down to crunch time, they need Zeke. I mean, we saw against the Falcons. I mean, granted, Tyron Smith is hurt, but they need Zeke. They do. But I just would have took it on the chin earlier on and then to have him later on.
Yeah, that was the smart thing to do, but fuck the Cowboys. I'm glad that those rumors are out about Jerry Jones trying to oust Roger Goodell, and they're saying the owners might take the team from him. So shout out to Jerry Jones.
They franchise is terrible.
Yeah, that dude is just a distraction, man. He's just all over the place. Think he has so much power. They need to take the team from him, in my opinion.
Yeah. I can't wait for that to happen. But wrapping things up, of course, this is Siren and Friends. I am, of course, Adolphus Savage on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. On Facebook, of course, without the E. Thank y'all for taking the time to tune in with us. Everybody else got any shout outs?
Nope.
Hey, shout out
to my mom.
Yeah, shout out to your mom out there representing Philly.
Yep.
Shout out to Vol Nation. Shout out to Titans Nation.
Nobody cares about the Vols. Anyway, this is Siren and Friends. Thank you for your time, Siren, and we are out.
Caprendo.